Hey guys, Robin Doyle back at you here today with some real estate investing tips and tricks just as promised. So today we're going to talk about something called the BRRRR strategy. And what the hell is the BRRRR strategy? Well, for those of you that don't know, it's an acronym that stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. So what's the benefit of this strategy? Well, for those of you that don't know, when you're going to buy a rental property or an investment property of some sort, banks require a much larger down payment than if you're going to do a traditional residential, I'm going to live there for the next 50 years of my life type of purchase. They want 20% down as opposed to 5%. So for a $200,000 home, that's going to take $40,000 out of your bank. For a $300,000 home, you're going to require a $60,000 down payment. Now, I don't know about you guys, but there's only so many times that you can do that before you run out of money. And the beauty of the BRRRR strategy is that it allows you to get some of that money back out considerably faster than if you don't. So let's get into it. What you're going to do is you're going to buy a property. That would be the first letter. You're going to make sure that it's in a good rental area because at the end of the day, you do need to rent this property. You're going to move on to the next letter, which is your first R. That would be rehab. You're going to need to force the appreciation of this property. So you're going to want to make sure that you do some renos that not only is going to be attractive to your tenants, but it's also going to improve the value of the home. You don't need to go crazy with it. This isn't a high-end flip or anything of that nature. You're just trying to force some appreciation and make the property worth a little more money than what you paid. Your next letter is also an R. You're going to need to rent that property to some good tenants. You're going to want to make sure you screen them properly, get them in there, and be comfortable with who you've got there. You're then going to move on to the next letter, which is an R. You're going to refinance the property. So after your seasoning period, most lenders, you're typically talking minimum of 3 months, 6 months, sometimes a year. You're basically going to reach out to the lender, let them know that you've increased the value of the home. You want to refinance the property now. Sometimes it's the same lender, sometimes it's a new lender. You're going to have an appraisal done, at which point in time, the value of the home needs to be significantly more than what you paid. So if you've checked your comps, if you bought it undervalued to begin with, you've added a little more value in your renos, you're going to be able to refinance this at a higher rate than what you originally paid. So the whole point of this is you get some of that equity back out, and let's just say if you put your $40,000 down to begin with, this is an opportunity for you to haul some of that out. A perfect BRRRR would get all the money back. Realistically, they're kind of hard to do. They're possible, but they're hard. So even if you can get back half of your down payment, you're twice as far ahead as if you would have not done this process to begin with. So there are some tips and, I guess pros and cons to consider moving forward with this strategy, which we'll get into on another day. But just for a high level overview, that's the BRRRR strategy. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm always here to help, and have a great day. Keep on investing.